Kiryu-san. It's that time we all learn the truth. 6 years ago, Akechi-san was blamed for Oda-san's murder. That's not right, is it? Oh, do you want to know who the real killer? Lots of screenshots. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our Yakuza 3 Remastered Let's Play onto episode 42. Cleaning up more sub-stories so that way we can fight Joe Amon, the secret boss. Yeah, all we did was more sub-stories last time, so we're just continuing that. I'm gonna save doing those two for their own episode. There are two that we have started but have yet to finish. One of them being the ramen one, which I think we got to go back to Yoshu #1 star. So we're gonna go do that, and we also have the murder at Café Alps that I would actually like to be able to tackle, and that one we needed it to be nighttime and then go to that bar, and it's, well, nighttime now. So if you are excited for, you know, more crazy sub-story stuff, let me know in the comments section below. Maybe even leave me a like while you're at it. People need to get out of my way. And we're going to first off head up this way and punch this guy in the face, apparently. Since you want to be in my way. But you know what? That's more experience. So, oh, there's only two of you? Really? Come on, get up. I'm gonna beat you with your buddy's bat. Cool. We'll hit the ramen place. Yep. Cobwebbed 3K. Whatever. It's gonna be up here. We hang a left here, then a right, and then it'll be on the straight. I don't want to talk to you. Nope. Nope. Out of the way. Enter. Well, how was it? That bone marrow extract just about kicks you in the teeth. But when the pigskin comes in to soften and sweeten the blow, it's like a fighting fit tonkotsu for sure. Not to mention the broth's so darn good you could drink it to the very last drop and still want a whole nother cup. What do you think? Worthy of the Yoshu #1 star name? Well, I'll be darned. That's actually pretty good. First thing I noticed was the bone marrow. Goes down smooth like gravy on a water slide. Gotta say, wrapping it in pigskin collagen was the right choice. And those thin noodles? Absolutely brilliant. Tastes right at home with the broth. I know she put a few other goodies in there to balance out the flavor. And as you said, I could drink it to the very last drop. Now this is the rich tonkatsu that put us on the map. It's amazing that you can condense all these complex flavors into a cup of instant noodles. Nice work figuring all that out. Well, quickly became obvious that I couldn't just use your recipe. There was always something missing, it seemed. So I had to think outside the broth. I focused on methods unique to my industry in order to really pick apart the magic of how it's made. In order to bring out that rich tonkatsu flavor, I had to crush the pork bone, and I mean pulverize it. Otherwise the collagen wouldn't leak out into the soup. Well, whatever you did, you got the flavor down pat. This is the kind of noodle I'd be proud to put my logo on. Then, does that mean my creation passes the test? I'd say it passes with flying colors. You may use the Kyoshu #1 star branding with my full support. Yes! Now I can eat Kyoshu #1 star ramen whenever and wherever I want. Wait a minute, young man. You mean to tell me all this was that way you could eat my ramen anytime? Well, that was a big part of it. So your Tonkatsu family finally made the grade. Good thing you kept up at it. Well, if it wasn't for you, It never would have happened. Really ought to thank you. I mean, who else would have thought to use sweet succulent pork skin from Okinawa? And the way you crushed those thugs, it was pure artistry at work. I'd like to find some way to thank you, mister. Never caught your name. It was Kazuma Kiryu. Kiryu-san. Really do appreciate you going out of your way to help me. Here, take this ramen sample as a token of my gratitude. It's a test sample, but it's been approved by the master, so it's good as anything you'll find at the restaurant. Well then, Kiryu-san. By the time I mosey on back to the company and booted up the assembly line for these babies, I'll send you the finished product once it's ready to go. You really pulled it off, huh? I'll tell you, that kid's got a lot of heart. Looks like you find yourself a worthy protege. Indeed. I wish my son had half the spark that kid does. Never thought my logo would end up on a cup of instant noodles. But you know what? I can hardly wait to see it. I'll have to work extra hard to keep my customers coming to the restaurant instead of just buying it out of the store. At any rate, what'll you be having today? At 10,000 experience and leaving. Which bar was it? Is my next question. Items. That's the notebook. Lead detective. Dislikes coffee. You can find in the bars of Kamurocho most nights of the week. Okay. So we'll try Shellac. We'll try Earth Angel. And if neither of those are the ones, Bantam would be next. So let's try up here. Luckily we dodged that last guy. Oh yeah, we still have the IF fighters to do, but we'll worry about that later. Let's see, Earth Angel. Never lost a fight. Now, really? Amazing, Nobu-chan. The punk I was fighting yesterday crashed through a window and got all bloodied up, haha. Nobu-kun. Well, that's taking things a little too far. You should know not to pick a fight with you, though. What is this guy bragging about? Hey, you. Yeah? Who are you? Just overheard you talking. Is it true you never lost a fight? Well, what should I have to tell you? Just answer me. Is it true or isn't it? Well, hey, who do you think you are talking to? This is Nobu-kun. You know, the undefeated in 50 street battles. Undefeated in 50 street battles. Is that really true? Well, I guess you could say that. In that case, I need your help. Do you know the Underground Coliseum? Underground Coliseum? Yeah, I want you to join me for a tag match there. Yeah, I was thinking like, wait, is that the Bruce Lee guy? What? Hey, that's perfect. That'd be easy for you, Nobu-kun, right? Oh yeah, easy. I'd sure to win something like that. Ha 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 ha. Great. Will you enter with me then? Of course you will. Wait a sec, I just remembered. I've got an appointment to go to. Sorry, maybe next time, bye. Wait up, Nobu-kun. Damn, I'll never find anyone. Haven't I seen that guy before? Yes, we have. Hey, Oh hey, you're Kazuma Kiryu, aren't you? How'd you know my name? You're famous, everyone knows you around here. 50 undefeated street battles, you have quite the reputation. Who are you? Bruce Ebenuma. We fought at the Underground Coliseum, remember? Oh, the Kenpo guy in the yellow gi. Yeah, that's me. What are you doing here? Looking for somebody. Is that so? Yeah. Luckily, I just found him. Wait, you were looking for me? Well, not you exactly. I was just looking for somebody strong. What for? The Underground Coliseum. I need somebody to enter the tag match Grand Prix there with me. Why are you so interested in the tag match Grand Prix? I lost there once. Before entering that thing, I was undefeated. I got cocky and thought I could pull off a tag match on my strength alone. I paid some punk from Kamurocho to enter with me, but we ended up losing. Taught me that for tag matches, you need 2 good fighters. One just isn't good enough. That's why you've been looking for somebody strong. That's right. Just once I want to experience the joy of victory there alongside a good partner. I see. Kazuma Kiryu, you're a great fighter, undefeated in 50 street battles. You could even beat me in the underground Coliseum. Please, you gotta enter that tag match with me. Think I might make a good tag match partner. Sure. Really? Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm gonna fight my heart out so we can experience the joy of victory together. Sounds good. I'll go register us at the underground Coliseum right away. I'll make it so you can just enter and come fight whenever you want. Got it. Alright, see you at the underground Coliseum. Cool. It wasn't what we were looking for. But, hey, it works. That's not the bar. Black. Nope. Bontham it must be. That's the only thing it could be. But before we go to Bontham, we are literally right here near final part of this little sub-story line. Our names have been soiled, for crying out loud. Don't at least one of you chowderheads want to do something about it? You're pretty much the Anarchy of all Anarchy, so why don't you take care of it? Oh, I intend to. I'm just embarrassed that one man got the best of both of you. Smacking one and outrunning the other. You two ought to be outright ashamed. That chump won't touch me next time, so you just leave him to me. Can't be serious. Didn't the Saint Man knock you flat on your ass, what, 2 years ago? So what? You saying you can beat him? That's exactly what I'm saying. That's the whole damn reason I came to this filthy stink town. Hey, what's going on here? You again. So this is the legendary, the infamous guy who beat the first two Mr. Tri brothers. Yeah. He sure looks the part. And who are you supposed to be? I'm the slickest and snazziest of the trio. They call me Mr. Try and Catch Me. It's how many of you are there? So here's the deal. I run through the streets of Kamurocho and you chase after me. You somehow manage to catch me, I give you the prize money. That's the operation. Basically, you run away from people for a living. Got a problem with it, bud? I'm as quick as grease lightning on the speedway, and don't underestimate me. Besides, catching someone's a hell of a lot harder than running away. Does sound like a challenge. Why don't you give it a shot? All our pride's at stake here, so I won't hesitate to leave you sulking and stranded. It'll cost you 10,000 yen up front, and if you catch me, I'll pay you 10 times your ante, 100,000 yen. But hey, I get it. You're quaking in your loafers. Ain't a big deal. 100,000 yen is something. Take the challenge. Alright, I'll take you one. Good, but first, I'll take your 10 grand. Justin won't be a problem. Not at all. I'll be seeing that money with interest soon enough. I like that confidence. Okay then, I'll be running through the streets of the city, of this here city. And if you catch me before the time runs out, that 100 grand's all yours. Think you can run like the wind, catch up with a mirage? Then you better move your ass, cause I'm gone. Chase him. One. I just gotta land a single tackle on this guy? Seriously? That's not what I wanted. Excuse me, pardon me. Come on, out of the way. Just gotta get in one good hit. That's all it's asking for. If I can catch up to you. Oh, that wasn't there a card here just a moment ago? Come on. Come on. Come on, Kiryu. I just literally clipped me right at the wrong moment. I was so damn close to having a nice good tackle on this guy, and you messed me up. Come on. Really? You know what? Just let him escape. Just let him escape. I will... Yeah, okay, just let me do this again. Come on. Let me do this again. Come on. Nope. Again. Okay. Oh. Come on. Nope. Come on. Yep. 30K down the drain. Wish wouldn't let horsemen go through that every single time. Why every single time someone have to be right in the line of that slide every damn time? Starting to really piss me off. A simple straight shot. Really just barely clipped him. Come on. Around the car. On the car. One, don't be there. Got him. That took way too long. Ugh. Ugh. Looks like I won. Yeah, you got me. You're a real speed demon, you know that? Ain't surprising you gave my brothers a run for their dough. Guess I should hand you that 100 grand. You can count it up in front of me if you like. Thanks. You mind if I ask you something? How the hell did you end up getting be such a tough bastard? I guess I just hate to lose. So I do what it takes to come out on top. Really, man, despite my jawbreaker-like exterior, I got a soft candy-like shell underneath. I hate getting smacked around, you know? This job's motivating, you know? Yeah, and speaking of motivating, I'm gonna catch you one of these days. Better not skip leg day at the gym, you hear? Your physique better stay on point or else we're gonna run circles around you. Now, come on, boys, we got us some training to do. Over. Finally. Over. There's a... You know what, I'm not gonna run all the way to the Bonton when there's literally a sub-story right here. Oh, I don't want to fight you. Pardon me, sir. Can I ask for a bit of your time? What's that? This may sound strange, but are you the type to keep a secret? Absolutely, you can trust me. Sure, I've always been good at keeping secrets. I see. I need someone who can keep his mouth shut. Is this some kind of con? No, I really mean it. What's the deal? I've been looking for a man like you who can keep things discreet to do me a favor. Kind of favor? Heard of the famous actress Akiko Takahashi, yes? She's won awards overseas as the best leading female and has really put Japan on the map in cinema. I can't say that I have. What about her? Well, it's just... Miss Takahashi craves a vibrant nightlife. So much that she's known as the Kamurocho Queen. She goes out on the town every night here for drinks, and recently she's become very well acquainted with the top host of this host club. Today she wants to have drinks with him at her place, which is all good and well and good, but with her recent fame, candid photos could be damaging. So if they can make it to their taxi on Park Boulevard without getting photographed, everything should be fine. Would you work as a bodyguard for Miss Takahashi and her host friend? We'll pay you for your trouble, of course. Sure. Alright, I'll usher him to a taxi. Thank you, sir. The paparazzi has been watching her every move lately, trying to snap photos that could harm her career. In fact, there's some damn paparazzi right over there. What I'd like you to do is chase away any paparazzi who might snap a photo of Miss Takahashi and her host club walking together. Sure, they're hiding in various cracks and crevices like rodents. So do your best to hunt them down and chase them away. So want me to keep those nasty photographers out of Miss Takahashi's business? That's exactly right. I'm gonna bring her out now, so please do your best. What I gotta do, just get close enough. You're the stud who's been hired to keep the paparazzi off my back. I hope you're as strong as you look. Keep us safe from those vultures, usher boy. Akio-chan means the world to me. I'll reward you handsomely if this goes over well, so please be patient with them. I'll go out first and make the taxi preparations. Do whatever you can to keep those animals from snapping a picture of me. Jeez, I guess I'll chase that guy off first. Hey, you're not taking that picture. Oh, well, it's, things gonna get ugly if I find you snapping pictures of her. How about you get lost? Okay, really sorry about this. That wasn't so bad. Hey, nice going, usher boy. Keep that up and we'll get to the taxi, darling. There's, a lot more paparazzi out there we need you to chase off. Okay. Going this way? Looks like it. You. Hey, you're not bringing in any profit. Yeah, like you're gonna stop me. Screw off, Pops. I can't have you snapping photos around here. Do me a favor and beat it. You're gonna pay for this. Am I, though? You. Sorry, no photos, alright? I'm a journalist. Tough guy. Haven't you ever heard of the freedom of the press? Look. You're gonna get lost, or are you gonna get lost, or I'm gonna have to get unpleasant. Fine, dickhead. I thought you really ran off or anything. You. Damn it, I was on a 3-day stakeout for this too. Come back tomorrow and snap away. You're done for the day. Any others? Doesn't look like it. I don't see anyone with a camera. Good. Where the hell? Oh, somebody get my manager. How'd you get in so close? Where the hell did he come from? I couldn't do better. That's alright. The office will just have to sort this out with the paparazzi. Most likely buying up their pictures. Between you and me, maybe this will teach her a lesson. Big star like her has to be more careful. Now then, let's promise you a token of our gratitude. Cool. Quick and easy. Okay. So now we make our way to Bantam and see if he is there. The detective dude, because that's the only other bar I can think of that he would be at. So, see you in a second. Okay, here we are in Bantam. Oh yeah, that's our guy. Cool. Detective Maeda, the Kamurocho police? What a surprise. It isn't the 4th chairman of the Tojo clan. You know who I am? Hey, you're famous in this town. So what does the 4th chairman want with me anyway? I want to ask you about the Café Alps murder from 6 years ago. Oh, that shitstorm? Yeah, that was my case. Why do you want to reopen that can of worms now? I'm trying to find out whether Yuichi Akechi really committed the murder or not. What? Are you saying you think he was falsely charged? Not a chance in hell. No? Why not? We aren't stupid, you know. The police don't arrest people without proof. We had plenty of evidence saying Akechi was the murderer. What kind of evidence? We had alibis, witness statements, fingerprints, and a motive. Did it. You've got all that evidence? Could you tell me a little more about it? I guess. Well, don't just stand there. Have a seat. Let's see. What to ask about the alibis. Tell me about the alibis. Part of our initial investigation, we interviewed everyone who may have been involved in the crime. In the end, the only person without one was Akechi. Nobody else could have murdered Oda. I guess we got two choices. Either we find Yuichi an alibi, or find a flaw in one of the others. Okay? Witness statements. Tell me about witness statements. Somebody witnessed Yuichi Akechi fleeing from the scene just after the crime. I heard about that. The waiter, Masuro Kinoshita, he gave a statement saying how Akechi was Akechi. If it was me, I probably would think Yuichi did it too. Wonder how I can refute Kinoshita's statement. Let's see, what do I ask? About the motive. Tell me about the motive. Yuichi Akechi had plenty of motive to kill the victim, Oda. You mean because Oda was sleeping with Yuichi's girlfriend? Wako Asumi? Bingo. And we didn't find anyone else who might have had a reason to kill Oda. They didn't find anybody else, huh? What if that someone did have a reason to kill Oda? Let's see, what to ask. Fingerprints. Tell me about the fingerprints. The deciding factor in Akechi's arrest was his fingerprints. We took and compared fingerprints from each employee and with those found on the murder weapon. The only ones that matched were Akechi's. That concluded the other prints came from cafe customers and were so unrelated. That sounds pretty conclusive evidence. Was Akechi really the only person involved who had fingerprints on the murder weapon? There you go. Solid evidence. If you think we made a mistake, I'd sure like to hear it. Not enough to go on right now. I guess I better take a closer look at everything that was going on at the time. You know what the Café Alps staff from back then are doing nowadays? Sure, I can tell you that much, but I doubt you'd get anything new from them. They were about to the people waited for... Okay. Guess my next step is to visit the people involved. The florist. Yes. Our buddy, the florist, would definitely have information going all the way back then. He has eyes all over Kamurocho. So we're gonna make our way up into Purgatory and go see if our buddy can help us out. I will see you there, because that's gonna take me a minute to get to, because I can't run. Okay, I made it here to Purgatory, but, this person wasn't here before. That's our buddy. Welcome, sir, to the X-Tiger, the House of Extras. House of Extras? What's that? Location where someone from your world may exist in this one. So what exactly do I do here? I offer you a special game mode you can only find here. They are as follows. Oh. I have no clue what that's about. I guess it's just extra fighting things, I guess. I mean, I had to check. I was curious. How could anyone blame me? At least we're, still pretty close to right here anyways. That way we can just run on up into the... Oh, sorry. And go say hi to our buddy Florist. We really did not see all too often throughout the story. Which is weird. Like, we didn't see a whole lot of Majima this game, or a whole lot of the Florist. Or even a whole lot of Date-san. Should ask the Florist about the Alps murder. Yeah, that's why we're here.
You.
Hey, Kiryu. I hear you're looking into that Café Alps murder. Huh? How'd you hear about that? Don't underestimate my information network. I know everything that goes on in this town. I guess you do. So, you know anything about the murder? The police reports in my database. What do you want to know? It's about the murder weapon. Tell me about the murder weapon. Same type of ashtray was found all over the cafe, but there was one significant difference between those and the murder weapon. Oh yeah? What was that? The weaponized ashtray had a chipped edge. You know what happened? The day of the murder, a customer knocked the ashtray off the table onto the floor, chipping it. Yet she noticed it while cleaning up at closing time and decided to bring it to the dumpster to throw it away. That's when he passed by the locker room and saw his girlfriend cheating. There's no doubt Akechi touched the murder weapon that day. Nope. Normally, the ashtray would have been washed and all fingerprints disappeared. Akechi noticed that particular ashtray had been chipped. Instead of washing it, he decided to throw it out. With that twist of fate, everyone who touched it that day still had their print all over it. All the fingerprints on the murder weapon were made the day of the murder, huh? Okay. I have the police reports in my database. What do you want to know? Fingerprints. Tell me about the fingerprints on the ashtray.
Who?
These are all the prints taken from the ashtray. What about what? Prints outlined in red Machiketchis. This is apparently the evidence that led directly to his arrest. What about the other fingerprints? Well, one thing's for sure. None of them match the prints of any of the other employees at Café Alps at the time. They were thought to be from customers who visited the cafe that day. Probably 2 or 3 people. Now these sets of prints may be the real murderer. It's certainly possible. The real murderer's print could be on the ashtray, huh? Got the ashtray fingerprints. Be able to get more information from the people related to the case. If you haven't talked to all of them yet, you better do that. Thanks. You've been a big help. I owe you one. Okay. So where does that put us with everything? Now that we have ended the... Let's see. Mock Bowl. Okay. Café Alps. Theater Square Sega. Akimichi Street Popo. Detective. Dead. Arrested. We gotta go talk to these people. Okay. So we'll make our way one by one to each of the locations and see where that gets us. So I will meet you at, I think I'll do Mock Bowl first. Okay, here we are back at Mock Bowl. I want to say this is the person. Yep. Are you Sawako Asume? Yes, what do you want? Looking into the murder that happened at Café Alps 6 years ago. There's nothing left to say. Yuichi Akechi might not have killed Oda. If we're going to find out the truth, I need to hear your account of what happened that day. Let's see what to ask. You were there when Akechi confronted Oda, weren't you? Yeah, I mean, I was the reason they fought, so of course I was there. What happened after that? Did you see Akechi kill Oda? I took off, so don't ask me. Took off? What do you mean? You have any idea what it feels like to have your significant other walk in on you while you're with someone else? Talk about awkward. It would have been even more awkward if other people started coming in to see what the fuss was about. But I ran out the back door. What'd you do after you left the cafe? I went home. But Yuichi followed me. We spent the night arguing about breaking up. Of course, I never imagined he'd already killed Oda-san. You're saying you didn't see Akechi kill Oda? That's right. I told the police that too. But nobody actually saw Akechi kill Oda, huh? Let's see. Witness statements. Tell me about the person fleeing the scene. I don't know anything about that. I left the cafe before Yuichi did, so I didn't know how he left. Right, okay. Fingerprints. You didn't find your fingerprints on the murder weapon, right? Right. They only found Yuichi's. We consistently replaced the customer's ashtray with cleaned ones, but Yuichi must have been the only one to touch that one. Guess he was just unlucky. Yuichi took good care of the customers and replaced their ashtrays often. I think he must have noticed that one was chipped. What to ask? We already know what the motive was, so stop asking questions for now. Here I'm supposed to be working. Right. Alright, thanks for the help. Okay, so next one is over at the Club Sega in here in Theater Square, so that's right around the corner. Oh, sorry. It really knocked into you. Just shoot over here. Avoid any fights. Not avoid any fights. Shouldn't have said anything. Cool. Quick and easy. More than I wanted to do, of course. Give me money. Cool. Club Sega, there you are. Boom. That door, excellent. Okay. Because I have yet to be in a Club Sega. This time. What proven is that? Are you the other? You're Imigawa, right? That's right, who are you? Looking into the Café Alps murder from 6 years ago. What? Let's see what to ask. Their alibi. You see you weren't at the cafe at the day of the murder, is that true? Yes, I spent the whole day at home. Alone? No, some friends came over and we played video games. Those friends corroborated your alibi? That's right. It wasn't me. Let's see what to ask. Witness statements. You know anything about the man seen fleeing the scene? No, I didn't see anything. I didn't say anything. I didn't hear anything. See what to ask. Motive. You think of anyone who would want to kill Oda? I don't know anything. Don't ask me. You seem very... Prints were found on the murder weapon, were they? Next you're gonna start saying I wore gloves. Well, you're wrong. I wasn't anywhere near the cafe that day. Guess it stands to reason your prints wouldn't be on it. See? That's all I can get from you. I don't know anything about the murder, so just leave me alone. Man's got a persecution complex. Let me know if you remember anything from around the time of the murder. Doesn't matter how small. I didn't do anything. Honest, you have to believe me. Everyone's saying I'm the murderer, aren't they? Aren't they? No, nobody's saying that about you. I don't believe you. Everyone hated me at that cafe. They used to harass me. Harassed you how? Someone even stole my wallet, CDs, and uniform out of my locker on the day of the murder. You sure the police didn't pick them up as evidence? Absolutely sure. Someone was harassing me, I tell you. So someone stole Iwagama's things, huh? Ah. Someone was disguised as an employee? Okay. Who does that leave? We got to talk to you. Akamachi, Popo, and the current manager. Okay, Nakamachi, that's map. Here? Oh. Here. Nakamachi. Store. Oh, probably the one here in Nakamichi Alley. Okay. Let me run over there real quick. I'll see you there. Alrighty, believe it or not, I got here without a single fight, shockingly. USI, former employee of Café Alps? Yeah, who are you? Kazuma Kiryu. I want to ask you about the murder that happened at Café Alps 6 years ago. Oh, that. So what do you want to know? Let's see, their alibi. You were at the cafe at the time of the murder, weren't you? Yeah, I think I was closing the register. It was after we'd closed for the night. Didn't go anywhere near the murder scene. The locker room? Of course not. I mean, why would I? I was still working, wasn't I? What? He's acting kind of funny. Let's see. Witness statements. You know anything about the person seen running from the scene of the crime? No, I don't know anything. I only found out a murder had taken place when Konoshita-san showed up looking white as a sheet. I didn't see the murder at all. I see. Oh, but I did see Oda-san's body. You can still see it. But I went into the locker room after the murder escaped, huh? See what to ask. Motive. You know anyone who with a motive to kill Oda? Well, you reap what you sow. I mean, it was bad enough he was always messing around at the workplace. Going after another employee's woman? Get a grip. Make it sound like he'd slept with other women at the cafe before. Yeah, I saw him hook up with another woman there once. Another woman? Got a name for her? Yeah, I think her last name was Saito. I guess she was dating Oda-san at the time of the murder. I didn't see anyone named Saito listed among the people related to the case. He already quit the cafe by that time. I heard she still hung around Oda-san though. Oda-san was dating somebody at the time. The fingerprints. Your fingerprints were found on the murder weapon. Isn't that strange, seeing as you were one of the waiters? I just didn't like doing the ashtrays. I always let that to other people. It's very natural my fingerprints wouldn't be on it, I guess. I see. Let's see what to ask. That's all I got. The shop's pretty boring, so thanks for helping me kill some time. You can ask me more whenever you want. I see. By the way, you remember Imagawa? Imagawa. Sounds familiar. Your co-worker from Café Alps? Oh, Mr. Gloomy. Yeah, I remember him now. Imagawa said he has things stolen from his locker. Do you know anything about that, Asai? What, you think I had something to do with it? Oh, I just want to know if you happen to know. No, I'm just trying to find out what you know. You really think I did it, though, don't you? Okay, you got me. I did do it. What? I was just trying to make a quick buck or two. All I took was a wallet and some CDs I sold off later. Anything else? Huh? Like what? You didn't steal Iogama's uniform?
Yeah.
Uniform? How would that make many of that? All I saw was his wallet and CDs, that's all. That's all Asai took, huh? Maybe the place really did take the uniform. Testimony number 2. Okay. This is gonna take up pretty much this entire episode with how long this one is. Okay. Let's review what we got. You. How many siblings? Okay. Saito. Let's get Kinoshita, I think he's the last one we need to talk to. Let's see which way's this way? Yeah, that's the tower. Yep, okay. Reoriented. The Café Alps is right over near. We'll talk to the manager. You're Kinoshita-san, right? That's right. Who are you? Kazuma Kiryu. Well, I ask you about the murder that happened at this cafe 6 years ago. Oh, that. Well, I don't know if I can tell you anything new, but go ahead. Let's see. Their alibi. Where were you and what were you doing when Oda was killed? I was here in the customer area cleaning up. I believe you can see me on the security camera tapes. I wasn't in the locker room when the murder took place. Oh. Let's see what to ask. Witness statements. You say you saw Yuichi Akechi fleeing from the scene on the night of the climb. Tell me more about it. Yes, I saw him. That night, Akechi-kun disappeared right in the middle of the cleanup. We waited for a while, and when he still didn't come back, I went to check on him. That's why I saw him leaving through the back door of the cafe. Are you sure it was Akechi? Well, I only saw his back. I'm pretty sure it was him. You didn't see his face, and how can you be so sure it was Akechi? The man I saw leaving through the back door was wearing our cafe's waiter's uniform, which one was stolen. Aside from Oda-san, there were only 3 other male employees working that night. Akechi-kun, a guy called Asai-kan, and me. See, Asai-kan spending the night closing the register on the security tapes. The only person that I could have seen would have been Akechi-kun. Let's see. After that, I called the police and waited at the back door until they showed up. No one tried to enter or leave during that time. So Kinoshita-san didn't see the criminal's face. Let's see. Motive. Did Oda have many enemies? Well, I'm not sure. I didn't really talk to him much outside of work. I see. And fingerprints. Were your fingerprints on the murder weapon? No, they weren't. Kept thinking that if I had touched the ashtray that day, I would have been blamed for the murder. Let's see what to ask. Stop asking questions. Sorry, I couldn't be more of a help. Thanks for your time. Are you a detective, Kiryu-san? Not exactly. Why do you ask? No reason. I was just wondering why anyone would be looking into that case now. Trying to help a friend find out if Yuichi Akechi is innocent. Innocent? Think someone else could have been the murderer? It's possible. I see. I'd feel terrible for Akechi-kun if he really was innocent all this time. Can't imagine what it's like to be in prison for a crime I didn't commit. Especially for 6 years. That'd be horrible. That's why we're trying to find out the truth. If you have anything else, let me know. Okay, I will. Yeah. There was that other guy who's here at the cafe, but I'd rather focus in on this. talk to everybody related to the case, but I can't. Doesn't look like it's going to be easy to prove Akechi's innocence. I should meet up with Kazuo at Café Alps. Wayne, seeing you here. What's up? I'm taking one of my clients out on the town. We're in the area, so I thought I'd drop by and see you. Taking a client out on the town? Don't you mean you're going to one of those host clubs? The client just happens to like host clubs, really. Just a coincidence. Speaking of which, is there any perfume a bit strong tonight? Oh, really? I didn't think so, but... Look at the time, I gotta go. Bye. Let you go. What's that woman talking to Konoshita? That's, Kinoshita's wife, Yuko-san. Kinoshita's wife? How'd you know that? She actually used to work here. That's how I know her. She worked here? Is that so? That's right. She already quit by the time the murder happened, though. And, she was on security tapes at the dining area, so she definitely wasn't at the cafe that day. I see. Doesn't sound like Kinoshita's wife Yuko was involved in the case, but maybe I should look into her anyways. Okay. So, gotta find... The only host club I can think that I really know of is Stardust. So I'll pop over there. See if she happens to be there. No. 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 No one's up here. Oh. Yes. Is that? That looks like Kinoshita's wife. Yuko. I'm curious on what brings you here. Yuya. What can you tell me about the woman over there? Who, you mean Yuko-san? She's been a regular customer of ours for years. What do you want with her? She looks also awfully rich for somebody so young. She manages a venture-funded startup. The company got popular making products targeted at young women. Been going pretty fast over the last 4 or 5 years. Is that so? Oh, Yuya, who's that? I haven't seen him before. See a new host? Yuko-san. This is Kiryu-san. We owe a lot to this man here. And no, he's not a host. Oh, I see. Well, that's unfortunate. This is my company, by the way. If you ever need anything, just give me a call. Sure. Bye now. Tonight was fantastic. We'll be looking forward to seeing you again. How long have they been married is the question. I've collected all of the information I can right now. Maybe I should go back to and see Detective Maeda. Okay. Back to the detective. Not that far from Bantam. But still, I'll do a quick cut. Because this episode's already going long. And I'm fighting someone. Which makes it go even longer. In a moment. Okay, here we are back at Bantam. Nope. So don't see anything off about any of this. You have a minute? What you? Did you find proof of Akechi's innocent yet? Hahaha. What was it that you're looking at? Oh, this? This is the list of evidence we made during the investigation 6 years ago. You're taking such a hard look at this case, I thought I'd take another glance myself. Can I see that? I guess, but you won't find anything wrong with it. Honestly, I can't figure out why you think Akechi is innocent. Wait a minute. What's this? What's it? I finally got it. Is it really this simple all along? No mistake about it. Somebody framed Akechi. What? Are you serious? Yeah. I'll explain everything, but first I need you to round up everyone related to the case. What? It'll turn out fine. You'll see. Okay. Just don't blame me if it doesn't. We'll get everyone together at Café Alps. That ought to work, right? Yeah, that's fine. I've got all the evidence I need. It's time to reveal what really happened 6 years ago. Okay. I guess back to Café Alps. Again. So much running around. Let's not get stuck. Luckily, it's not too far off, and I don't need to make any pit stops this time around. We just dodge people. We should be all right. Nope, nope, nope. Excuse me, pardon me. Just Metal Gear my way around that last person. As I saw him standing there. He was ready for a fight, and I didn't want to fight him. I want to finish this. Well, I did as you asked, Detective. I closed the cafe and kicked everyone out. Now, what's this about? Kiryu-san and his friend here would like to talk to all of you. I have you here for one reason and one reason alone. I'm sure you all remember the murder that took place here 6 years ago. The victim was Kazu Oda-san, manager of this cafe at the time. One of the employees, Yuichi Akechi-san, was arrested for his murder. Did Akechi-san really kill Oda-san? I'd like to ask each one of you to think back on that day. You have any evidence that any truly conclusive evidence that Akechi-san was really the one who killed Oda-san? I've been struggling with one question since the day of that murder. Could Akechi-san actually be innocent? Before I could find out for sure, an article I wrote was implicating Akechi-san as the murderer got published. Thanks to Kiryu-san here, we finally arrived at the truth of what happened 6 years ago. If Akechi-san is innocent, that means someone else is guilty. Exactly. But what do you base this all on, Kiryu-san? I need to show him proof of Akechi-san's innocence. What should I give? Let's see. There was... Well, that doesn't prove anything. Oh, list of evidence. What was it? The last thing that we were given. Okay. Yeah, which one is it? No. Let's see. Okay. No. You said it was all simple. But I gotta find which one it was. Which one is it? Somehow to just go through? No. Yumi was the one who saw Akechi and Oda fight the day of the murder, isn't that right? Yeah. I left in the middle of it. In other words, she didn't actually see Akechi-san kill Oda-san. Exactly. And only Asumi saw Oda and Akechi fighting. So we can't conclude Akechi killed Oda, which means the charges against him could be false. Sorry, but that doesn't hold water. What do you mean? Akechi's prints were on the weapon used to kill Oda. That's solid evidence to prove Akechi did it. Is that all you have to say? Huh? What do you mean? This was your case. You ought to know Akechi's fingerprints on the murder weapon alone weren't enough to convict him. I don't follow you. Spell it out for us, will ya? The ashtray used as a murder weapon hadn't been washed because it was supposed to be thrown out. Akechi's prints weren't the only one on it, which means you can't prove his guilt from the fingerprints alone. Detective, is that true? Yes, it's just as he says. So he admit it might not have been my brother? That's still not enough to prove somebody else did it. Somebody witness Akechi fleeing from the scene, that's another piece of solid evidence. Think about it. You'd think you'd see a person actively fleeing the scene by crying as the culprit, wouldn't you? Why'd they run away from something they didn't do? What do you have to say about that? Kiryu-san, do you have any information to refute the witness statements about Akechi-san? Let's see. There's a hole in one of the witnesses' statements that... that would have been... Konoshiro, you saw Akechi fleeing the scene, right? Yes, I did. Are you sure? I'm not lying. I'm sure I saw him. But you didn't see the face of the person fleeing the scene. You said that, right? Yeah, I only saw his back. Then it's possible that you saw somebody else. Is that all you got? The police wouldn't have arrested Akechi for just any old vague evidence, you know? There's also something that proved the person Konoshiro-san was in fact Akechi. What was that? The man Konoshiro saw leaving the crime was wearing a Café Alps waiter's uniform. Only the waiters employed at Café Alps at the time were Konoshiro-san, Asai-san, Amawagi-san, and Akechi-san. Security tapes show Konoshiro-san and Akechi-san out front at the time of the murder. We also confirmed that Imagawa-san was at home. Therefore, by process of elimination, the only waiter Konoshiro-san could have seen was Akechi. Kiryu-san, is that true? No, it's absolutely possible that the person Konoshiro saw was not Akechi. I have a statement to prove it. Well then, why don't you share the statement with us? Okay, this one would have been... Imagawa's testimony. There was actually another crime committed at this cafe the day of the murder 6 years ago. Another crime? That's the first I heard of it. Imagawa's uniform disappeared from his locker in the Café Alps locker room on that day. Imagawa-kun's uniform? Yes, my uniform disappeared from my locker. Since you weren't present on the day of the murder, when did you notice it was missing? The day after Oda-san was murdered, I came into work. The police were investigating, so I couldn't go in. Once the police left, I looked into my locker and saw my uniform was gone. Come on, the police probably took it as evidence. I'm sure there was plenty of stuff missing from the crime scene. You're wrong. Someone was definitely harassing me. Someone teased me. Asai-kun, why don't you tell them you took my uniform? You took everything else. The uniform must have been you too. You're so whiny. Police, whoever it took, has nothing to do with Akechi or this case. No, Imagawa's uniform is key to this case. Oh, what do you mean? I'll show you right now. This would have been the list of evidence. The other piece of evidence is Asai's testimony too. Look at the list of evidence I borrowed from you. There's no waiter's uniform on it. See, you're right. I didn't see any waiter's uniform listed. In other words, uniform disappeared before the police showed up. If the police didn't confiscate it, who would have taken it? It was Asai-kun, right? No, not Asai. He did steal things from you, true. But he didn't, but he wasn't doing it to harass you. He was after some gas. Your wallet and CDs make sense, but your uniform wouldn't have been worth anything. Oh then, who did it? You mean the murderer took it? Exactly. The criminal wanted to make it look like somebody else committed the crime, so they stole the waiter's uniform and changed into it. And assuming somebody came by, they hid their face and ran out the back exit. Is that true? So you're saying the person who stole Imagawa's uniform and fled the scene is the real criminal? Yeah. Who might that be? The criminal is... Yuko. Yes, this is the only person it could have been. We get a full cutscene with this. Kiryu-san. It's high time we all learn the truth. 6 years ago, Akechi-san was blamed for Oda-san's murder. That's not right, is it? Oh, do you want to know who the real killer? Lots of screenshots. It's her. Yuko Kinoshita, you're the one who orchestrated Oda-san's death. Are you serious? Can't believe it. What? Yuko killed Oda-san? An interesting theory, but why would I kill Oda-san? I didn't have any reason to do anything like that. Yeah, Yuichi Akechi's motive was Yumi-san's relationship with Oda-san. Exactly how are Yuko and Oda-san connected? Let's see, where was... Oda was dating somebody at the time of the murder, somebody who used to work as a waitress at Café Alps. What? Is that true? Yeah. And her last name was Saito. Saito? That's Yuko's maiden name. I hear you worked at this cafe until just before the time of the murder. Yuko-san and Oda-san were dating? I didn't know that. Yuko-san, is that true? I don't have to answer that. Yuko. Oda-san was dating Yuko-san, then Asumi-san wasn't the only one cheating. Oda was cheating too. That means Yuko also had a motive to kill Oda-san. So anyone with a motive is a killer? You haven't done anything but hypothesize. Exactly. You've only talked about possibilities. Do you have any conclusive evidence she murdered him? Conclusive evidence, like fingerprints, if only had something with Yuko's fingerprints on it. This is the evidence. Is that my business card? This business card has your fingerprints on it. We should be able to compare the prints on this card to the ones on the murder weapon. Give me that business card. Let's check it out right now. We finished analyzing the prints on the card. These are Yuko Konoshita's prints. And these are the prints on the ashtray. There. A match. Prints on Yuko-san's business card are the same as the ones on the murder weapon. I don't believe it. How do you explain that? Even if my prints are on the ashtray, so what? How does that change anything? What do you mean? At the Alps, the day of the murder, I must have touched the ashtray while I was there. She's right, there's no crime in touching an ashtray. She was just a customer. No, Yuko's lying. I should call her out on it. No, you're lying. What the hell are you talking about? There's no record of you coming to the cafe on the day of the murder. Right, Detective Maeda? He's right. We had Café Alps employees watch all security tapes and they gave statements that no other cafe employees, former or otherwise, visited the cafe that day. Hey, Kinoshita-san? That's right. I'd seen Yuko-san's face before, so I would have noticed if she was on those tapes. She definitely wasn't. Which means you didn't come to Café Alps on the day of the murder as a customer. Where are your fingerprints on the ashtray then? Fine. Maybe it wasn't on the day of the murder. Might have been the day before. It's not that big of an issue. Nope. You had to be here on the day of the murder. You weren't a customer. You're the real murderer. Huh? The only people who could have prints on the murder weapon were those who visited it on the day of the murder. How'd you come to that conclusion? Now for the coup de grace. I need something to prove that the prints on the murder weapon were made. And that's the florist's testimony. The ashtrays here are cleaned every day, but your prints are still on the murder weapon. That means you had it here on the day of the murder. But the day of the murder, a customer dropped the ashtray, chipping it. Yuichi Akechi saw the dropped ashtray and instead of washing it, decided to throw it out. And you couldn't have come to the cafe as a customer that day. There's only one time you could have left your prints on the ashtray. You did it after Akechi dropped the ashtray in the locker room when he was witness Asami's cheating on him with Oda. Sometime after Akechi left and before Kinoshita came to check up on him, you entered the locker room and murdered Oda. And you put on Iwagama's uniform and went out the back. Isn't that right? Yuko-san, is what Kiryu-san says true? It'll only get worse if you stay quiet. Shut up. I told you I didn't do it. Give it up. Yuko, I'm putting an end to this. What? Do you know something, Kinoshita-san? I knew you came to the cafe that day, Yuko. What? How? I could smell you. It's very faint, but I could smell your perfume all around the crime scene. No way. Why didn't you say this earlier? I've been in love with Yuko ever since we worked together. That's why I knew the scent of her perfume the moment I smelled it. Sometime after the murder I happened to run into her again. Eventually, started dating. One day, brought up the murder and her face went white. She felt quiet and avoided commenting on anything. That's when I was sure Yuko had been here the day of the crime. Well, I'll be. I still didn't know exactly what that meant, or should I say, I didn't want to know what that meant. When I found out Kiryu-san was looking into that old crime, I decided to keep all that a secret. How Yuichi Akechi has suffered 6 years for a crime he didn't commit, all because I didn't say anything. It's all my fault. If I had just spoken up, none of this would have happened. Gee, Kinoshita-san. So, are you done coming up with excuses? Yuko-san. I'm gonna ask you once more. Were you really here? Were you really the one who took Oda-san's life? That's right. It was me all along. I knew it. They give a statement that Yuichi Akechi is it innocent? Yes. Akechi had nothing to do with the murder. Yuko, how could you do on such a thing? Was it really just because Oda-san was cheating? Of course that's what it was about. He said he was going to marry me. That day was his Oda-san's birthday. I wanted to surprise him, so I grabbed him a present and went to the cafe. But it was already closed, so I came in through the back door and headed for the locker room. When I got there, I saw him cheating on me with some other woman. I hid for a while, trying to calm down. I tried desperately to understand what I had just seen. That's when Akechi-san showed up. Akechi-san peeked into the locker room and saw Asami-san cheating on him with Oda-san. He dropped the ashtray and grabbed Oda-san. As I heard them start yelling, I saw Sumi-san rush out the locker room and out of the back door at the cafe. Akechi-san ran out of the building after her. Went into the locker room once Asami-san and Akechi-san had left. Sumi-san looked surprised to see me at first, but then he realized I knew he'd been cheating. So he started talking about breaking up with me. He said, I want to be with Asumi. It's over. When I heard those words, I saw red. Next thing I knew, I hit Oda-san with the ashtray Akechi-san had dropped on the floor. The rest is what Kiryu-san says. I changed into uniform I found in one of the lockers and went by the back door for someone to come. Someone came in from the front, so I hid my face and ran out the back door. Figured nobody would suspect me since I didn't have anything to do with the cafe anymore. Oh. Several years passed. I ran into Kinoshita-san and we eventually got married. Started selling things as a hobby, and soon it turned into a business. Before I knew it, it grew into a large company. In 6 years since that day, my life's been going so well. Can't believe the truth came out now, of all times. Yuko-san, did you ever think what it felt for Akechi-san to have to bear all these false charges? What it felt to be knocked down to rock bottom and have his freedom stolen from him these past 6 years? And think what would have happened if we hadn't realized the truth just now? How many more years would he have suffered? The only person who took Akechi's freedom from him away can give it back. You need to turn yourself in. Testify in front of a court and pay for your crimes. Can I escort you to the station? Yes. Yuko. Be right here waiting for you when you get back. Zero. Thank you. Hopefully this is the last long one. Extra, extra. Guilty criminal of 6-year-old murder turns herself in. Man originally accused of the crime now stands to be acquitted at a new trial. You're talking about the media. I thought you just went from one person to the next looking for gossip. I didn't think you cared about the people in your articles. I figured you just forgot about them the second they left your pages. You've been worrying about my brother this whole time. You've improved his innocence. There are decent people in the media. Thank you so much for helping him. Nozomi-san. I also have to apologize for the way I treated you. I want to give you a reward for helping me get a retrial for my brother. You don't owe me anything. As much as I hate to admit it, I didn't do anything on this one. Proving your brother's innocence was all the work of Kiryu-san here. I certainly don't deserve any reward from you. What are you talking about? You did what a real journalist is supposed to do. What do you mean? Sure, you wrote an article saying Akechi was the murderer, but now you've written an article clearing his name. Isn't that the way a real journalist is supposed to resolve things? Sure, but won't let this be the end of it. I'll continue to follow the truth until the day I put down my pen. That's my duty as a reporter. I'll be cheering you on. This one better be some good experience. 20,000 yen. 2,000 experience. Cool. I'll take it. And with that, I think I will run over to the save box real quick and actually save my game before anything bad happens again, because I don't want to have to go through all of that again. That one, this one's a long episode as is. Save. Done already. So, we'll call that the episode. Hopefully there are no more long ass sub-stories, so that way we can actually start getting through these quicker, because this was only 2. So hopefully we can get through this relatively quickly. But if you enjoyed playing a little bit of Ace or Phoenix Wright, essentially, I'm probably gonna do a parody of a Phoenix Wright game for the title. Not sure what game yet, but I'll figure it out when I get there. No, let me know with a comment. Leave me a like if you haven't already. And if you haven't already, consider hitting that like or subscribe button and that notification bell, so that way you know when more Yakuza is heading your way. That's all I got for you today. Until next time.